This time it is nothing about what's going on YouTube or who is angry at who or who's drunk or who's high or who's whatever. This time it is about a little girl, a 3 year old. I don't know if she's still three, but she started out on TikTok as 3 years old or maybe younger. I think she started out as a newborn, maybe, on TikTok with her mother posting videos of her. And her name is Wren. What is her last name? I can't remember. It's Wren. I'll have to get the exact link for you. But this young little girl is being exploited for views, for who knows, probably financial gain. It depends. I don't know the whole ins and outs of TikTok of how you make money on it or whatever. Because I know YouTube you can, because I've made money on YouTube. Not a lot, but some. Anyway, this young girl, Wren, is being exploited. I will use the term physically exploited so that I don't have to say the S word and get my video knocked off. I don't know how YouTube determines what videos to keep and what videos to get rid of. But this young girl, Wren, has been posted in videos and in photos in suggestive positions, suggestive clothing, with her mother squirting whipped cream into her mouth and on her nose, eating dill pickles, eating foot-long corn dogs, in very suggestive videos and pictures that are absolutely. This woman should be investigated, as far as I'm concerned. You need to investigate Wren's so called mother, egg donor, whatever. Interesting to me, in one of her videos, she posts when he tells you that you can't keep the baby and you need to get an abortion or something like that. And then she shows, her beautiful little baby daughter and whatever. And she clearly goes on to exploit this little girl, like absolutely exploit her. And people are after this lady. I mean, they are busting up her comments with, how could you? How could you do this to a little 3 year old girl? How could you do this to your baby? What is wrong with your mind? What is wrong with you? Things like that. But then there are other comments by disgusting creeps who say, oh, yeah, she's really something and she should have a boyfriend by now. And the mother even, I hate saying mother, the egg donor even posts her daughter kissing a little boy. And she says something about relationship goals and how they're getting her to this point where she can have this relationship with this young boy. And oh my gosh, it's just exploitive or exploitative, however you want to say it. It's absolutely disgusting. And I was thinking back to when I used to post videos of Maddie, my granddaughter, Madison, and people even made comments about that. Like, I wasn't feeding her, I was ignoring her, whatever, which none of that was going on. Absolutely not. I could show you countless videos of her sitting in the high chair eating because she was not ignored. I did videotape her online because she was so cute and precocious as a little girl. But no, there was no exploitation going on. I would absolutely never do that to a child. Um, this just really disturbs me. I wish I knew more what I could do besides reporting the video, which it's been done over and over again. And I guess her mother came on and made some sort of rebuttal about, well, you guys think I'm exploiting my daughter, but I'm not, or whatever. I didn't even watch the mother's video. I didn't honestly watch a whole lot of Run's videos because I can't, no, ugh. It had come up on my feed at some point when I was browsing for something totally unrelated, and I'm like, I'm gonna go see what they're talking about. And oh, yes, I saw what they were talking about. This little girl is in crop tops. She's in suggestive poses. She's being filmed in the bathtub. Um, I don't know if she was filmed without clothes in the bathtub, but she definitely was filmed in very scant clothing in the bathtub, suggestive clothing. There was one thing that they posted. Now, mind you, I didn't watch these. I just browsed like the list of videos, She had balloons stuffed down her pants, so she looked like she had a big bottom. And the comments and the views and stuff on this video were absolutely disturbing for a 3-year old, for, well, for any child for that matter. Exploitive, just exploitative. I don't even know what the word is. Exploiting a child, we'll just call it. It's despicable. Who does this? What kind of mind of a so called parent uses their child in absolutely disgusting, despicable ways to get views, to get attention? I don't know, whatever this so called mother is trying to do, but this very much disturbed me. So I'm like, I need to make a video. Um, and I'm not getting monetized on this video. If I did have it on monetization, I'm going to go back and unmonetize it. It's not about me making money telling you this. It's about me telling you that I now understand why people were so worried about me posting pictures or videos of my granddaughter, even though I myself am not a predator, am not somebody that would harm a child or even exploit them for views. I just thought she was cute and funny as a child. I did not put her in any type of outfits that would give anybody inappropriate ideas about her or anything. I posted pictures of my granddaughter because I was proud of her, and I did it very innocently. But this woman, creature, whatever, that's doing this is clearly planning and plotting the way she is posting these videos to make this girl look attractive, if you will, to the wrong kind of people. And it really makes you wonder if there's more to it than what is going on in front of your eyes. Let's look at the 8 passengers thing, for instance. For a long time, the 8 passengers website, if you're not familiar with it, it was a lady that was vlogging. She's a member of the Mormon church. This is not to say every Mormon person is an evil person by any means. I know some Mormon people that I've met are very nice people, but the actual practice of Mormonism has some very sinister and disturbing parts of it. And this particular, again, egg donor, which I will not call a mother, decided to use her own family to exploit her 5 children, I believe, one of which eventually moved out of the house, the eldest daughter. She moved out. And then there's an eldest son whom his punishment was to lose his bedroom and his bed and sleep on a beanbag chair for months. Because the Mormon church apparently says that it's worse to lose your chastity than to lose your life. So, in other words, these kids were exploited, physically abused, um, tortured is the word they're using now, because a couple of the little kids, because the little brother ran out away from the home where this stuff was being done and told a neighbor. They investigated it. They have now arrested the mother of these 5 kids and her counselor friend, who were apparently bounding, gagging these kids, and they were locking them in a safe. They found them in a safe, these little children. So I'm looking at this Wren thing going, oh my God, what is with people? We need to report this stuff, and we need to do something in the law to enforce harsh punishments on the adults, so-called adults, that are doing this to these kids. This is just totally wrong. I don't know what more to say. We need to investigate. The 8 passengers thing looked very innocent for a while, of a lady posting how she's raising her kids and parenting techniques and whatever. And it turned out to be an absolute disaster, to the point where 2 women are now arrested. The husband is still, we're still wondering how much of an involvement he had in these kids being abused. And a lot of people feel like, well, the abuse was still going on while he was living in the house, so he should be questioned and taken in for, whatever. Um, Legal matters or whatever. But that's not happening so far. He's kind of absolved from everything, because I guess he was kicked out of the house at some point because the counselor decided that It's better to dissolve a marriage temporarily so that it can come back together or some baloney like that. Anyhow, um, I really hope and pray that something can be done about this egg donor exposing her child Wren to TikTok in videos that are absolutely disgusting, that are fueling the mind of evil predators, that are clearly exploitative of this little girl. Um, there was even one where she says, what I expected raising a 3 year old to be like, and she shows like normal 3 year old behavior, and then she says what it is really like, and the girl is like gagging herself over and over with a toothbrush down her throat. She is falling on the bed face first. She was doing all kinds of stuff that were terribly suggested, terribly abusive to herself while this mother was filming it. Who does that? I'll tell you who does that. People that possibly have some things going on in the background that are very dangerous, very illegal. People that like views and attention and will do anything to get it, including using their own child. I'm sorry, this lady is definitely not innocent. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And I really pray that somehow, some way, they investigate this and find out what on earth is going on and forbid this lady from doing this. Some people just should not be parents. They really shouldn't. Now, I do not believe in ending an unborn baby's life because you got pregnant too soon or something happened that you got pregnant in a bad situation. Give the child up for adoption. I have people in my family that can't have children that would love to adopt a child. But do not have your baby and then use them for your own benefit. It's disgusting. It's despicable. Absolutely breaks my heart. It makes me understand why people had concern when I used to film Madison. Because maybe, even though I was doing it innocently, maybe there were people watching her that were using those videos in nefarious ways. Maybe they were taking those videos and doing things with them that I didn't know about. I was innocent as far as in my mind I was filming a cute little granddaughter. But that doesn't mean other people weren't having ideas or doing things with those videos I was posting. And in fact, it makes me want to go back and actually take all of the videos that I have up on my YouTube channel down of my granddaughter, of any children whatsoever, of maybe even my kids. I mean, my children are adults, but they're young ladies. Who says somebody's not going to take those videos and use them for the wrong purposes or hasn't already? I don't know. You know, we have to, people talk about walking on eggshells in relationships. We have to walk on eggshells in our own world. Because as the internet grows and electronic abilities grow, so do minds of distortion and people that can take things and use them in the wrong way. And people that have really messed up ideas. I mean, we've even seen on our YouTube channels here, even on the true crime section, which unfortunately I'm part of, we have seen things go from innocent humor back in, what was it, 2019, 17? I don't even know. Whenever I was on here with a couple of friends and we used to do like impersonations of each other, or we would do like little comical things and, you know, things like that. And it was funny and it was fun. And now those same things can be so distorted and so abusive towards other people. Humor is no longer humor. Now it's cruelty. Now it's making fun of somebody's disability, somebody's weight, somebody's gender, somebody's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's exploitative. It went from fun to exploitation. Exploitation. Sorry if I don't know that word. Um, it's sad because it ruined YouTube for me and for a lot of people. back when we used to have like really genuine relationships, or so we thought. Like when I was going through the flooding and stuff in my property, um, there were a lot of people that stood by me, that supported me, yes, financially blessed me and helped me through that time. Um, but it went from that to people suspecting, oh, she's not using the money the right way. She's not spending the money on what we sent it to her for, which was never true. I did. And the only time I didn't was when I said I was going to join, I think, a gym or something. I can't remember. But I couldn't because something came up. We had to do something else with the money. There was a bill that came overdue, or I can't remember. We came on and explained it to you. Matthew and I both did. And we were told by so many people, hey, don't worry about it. The money was a gift. Go do what you need to do. Um, but that got to be a big, huge disaster of people accusing us of, misusing funds and stuff. And it went from there to my humor, like when I used to do the Indian impersonations, to people saying, oh, you're racist. You're against Indian people. You're exploiting Indian people. But that never was my heart and it was never my intention. But that's how quickly things can change to innocent, enjoyable fun to people with sinister minds or inappropriate minds, thinking you mean something you don't mean and that you intended something you never intended. And like I said, YouTube has been ruined for me a long time ago. Things that I went through personally, things that people I loved went through because of some bad players that came along and just decided to go into areas of accusation and false accusation and everything that were not just at all. So I come on here every once in a while to do whatever video, I decide might be helpful for somebody or expose somebody that's evil and hopefully get people alarmed to it enough to take action, maybe start a petition against it, maybe just go on videos that are against it and join in and say, hey, we're standing with you. We agree this is wrong, that sort of thing. But I can't come on here and like let my hair down and have fun like I used to anymore, or even be honest and upfront anymore. There's a creepy cat on my ceiling there. Look at what's going on. Just so you know, it's nothing weird. It's the Maverick standing up on his little cat thing, but he's like right in front of the light, so he's shining up onto my ceiling. Anyway, yeah, it can't be super fun anymore because anything you say can be distorted, suspected. You can get accused of things that you never would even fathom doing simply because somebody has a mind that goes there. It's sad. It's terrible. It's frightening, disturbing. And yeah, it's just not worth it anymore to put things out there that people can misconstrue and use against you, against your family, against the whole situation. Sadly, those that have a pure conscience and do things out of innocence have to suffer with the ones that are evil, that do things knowingly to exploit and harm other people. That's what social media has become. Has it always been that way? I don't think so. Not in the open. I mean, you have the dark web, you have stuff like that, but that was, under the surface. That wasn't like in the open where people would just come on and do blatantly suggestive, inappropriate, dangerous things. And we have everything from kids being exploited to kids doing harmful things to themselves and others right on video, adults doing that, inappropriate type of relationships involving all kinds of things, human and otherwise, and it's just out there. It's like people don't care. They have no moral compass anymore. There's no tact, there's no respect, there's no guardianship, I guess, over your own children, over people, over human beings. We've just exploited, not we, I haven't. People have just exploited each other in the name of views, in the name of money, in the name of just wanting to be seen and be a somebody, I guess, or just because they're evil. It makes social media a very dangerous place and a very undesirable place for a lot of people. Anyway, That's all I have to say. I'm just very disturbed today by that Wren, whatever her name is. I can't even remember her last name, um, because that might maybe not even be her name. I'm not sure. It's hard to know. We don't even know what's real and what's not anymore on social media because it's so easy to fake things. It's so easy to green screen things. We can be as phony as we want. And some of it's fun. It's fun to pretend. It's fun to explore. It's fun to be creative. But then the evil people get a hold of those abilities and pervert them and distort them and use them in really bad, nefarious ways. Anyway, I don't want to go on and on too much. I know I already did, but um, please, if you see a TikTok video with little Wren on it, 3-year-old, make a comment and say, look, this is highly inappropriate. This mother needs to be investigated. Again, I don't really want to call her a mother, egg donor, but they won't know what you're talking about. This mother needs to be investigated, and background checks need to be made. And this little girl needs to be protected, possibly and most definitely taken away until this so-called mother can be trusted to get help and not do this again. See, how do you do that? How do you know if you take a child away from somebody and then you eventually give the child back that they're just not going to find another place on social media to do the same thing? How do you know? That's what I don't get. How do they prove that somebody's truly, rehabbed enough to be around children? Is it just experience? Is it, well, they haven't done this again? I mean, and who checks up on that? Anybody know the answer to that? If you do know the answer to how they choose to put children back in with the person that was formerly abusive and to know that that child is not going to be abused in a different way, let me know if you know that. I actually have a friend that works in an agency where he actually takes children away from people that are abusive. I might ask him that because I'm going to see him shortly. But yeah, I would like to know. So many kids are abused, and I was one of those kids that was abused. I was an abuse victim by my stepdad and by some other people as I got older in various ways. So my heart goes out to the children, which is why when people accuse me of harming children, I get so incensed over it, because I absolutely would not. I was an abuse victim. I would never harm a child, ever. I love children. Um, I don't understand why more stricter rules are not enforced. What do you mean, who am I? What does that mean, milkman? Who am I? I don't know. People come up with these comments out of the blue. People I've never seen. I've never seen you on my channel. I don't think this is appropriate at all. Let's just get you out of here. Okay. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. That was making me uncomfortable where that was going, and I don't know if it was going anywhere, but not sure I even like the little avatar on this person. So, yeah. His messages are being hidden, and he's being hidden, or she, or it, or whatever. Okay. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that topic. I had to say something because I do have a platform and because I do know that people watch me. Please go. Wren Eleanor is her name. Wren Eleanor. She is on TikTok being posted by a person who claims to be a mother, which I don't know any mother that would post some of these things like she has with this little girl. So please go and protest these videos. Those of you that have been my viewers for years, please go on the TikTok video, Wren Eleanor, and put your comments about this is disgusting, this is despicable, stop this at once, please stop doing this to your child, and then report it. And get this woman investigated. Get these people investigated that are behind this stuff. I don't care how cute she's dressing her, thinks she's dressing her. These videos she's posting are clearly exploitive. So yes, please do that. Please go and be the voice for that little innocent girl that doesn't even understand she's being exploited. I mean, she's innocent. She can't do anything. She's a little girl. She can't fight that mother. She can't get up and walk out the door and say, I don't want to be part of this. She lives there. That's her mother raising her. I don't know. Hi, Northern Girl. Oh, good. Northern Girl's here. Maybe I'll stay a bit, even though I said I was done. I want to know that I'm not alone in this and that people will actually take action. You're fine. Because this is something to take action against. Okay, there's a girl named Wren, Eleanor, being exploited on TikTok. Like, really exploited. It doesn't take long to page through a few of the videos. You don't even have to watch the videos because that would be absolutely evil as well. Um, and just see, like, the thumbnails of these videos that are being posted. You can just figure it out from there. Um, wouldn't encourage anybody to watch this lady's channel because it's disgusting. And this poor little girl. My heart is for this little girl. Yeah, TikTok is pretty awful in some places. I mean, there are some really good videos. Like, there's nutrition videos I watch. There's exercise videos I watch. That sort of thing. I'm very selective in what I click on TikTok normally. I did not subscribe to this lady's channel. Of course not. I definitely would encourage anybody to report it. And any other videos like that where kids are being exploited. And get this girl out of there. Get this little girl away from this monster that's doing this. It's horrible. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just videos. They're just innocent. It's your interpretation. No, not these. It's not up to anybody's interpretation. It's very blatant what is going on here. Very blatant. She needs to be reported. She needs to be investigated. That little girl needs to be rescued. Period. Yeah. And the things that this so-called mother is doing with her for views or for whatever fame are disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely. People nowadays realize you don't have to actually be doing the act in order for it to be exploitive. Anything that is suggestive is exploitive. It's just a child, a 3-year-old. Ugh. It's just disturbing. Guys, stop. My goodness. Ugh, my cats are fighting. Probably the energy in the air because they know mom's upset. I don't know what more to say about it. And of course the mother is all up in arms of, oh, that's not what's going on, blah, blah, blah. It is what's going on. It is. I'm thankful that way back when I was filming my granddaughter, people were saying something about it because I think it did make me think after a while, hey, I'm meaning this, innocently just filming my little granddaughter, but not everybody has innocent minds. I didn't think of that at the time. I was just having fun, putting her on my lap, giggling with her, and telling everybody how it was babysitting her and stuff like that. Now, my granddaughter is 16 now. She's a teenager. I think she's 16, and my grandson is like 17, 18 years old. Maybe she's 15. I think they're like a couple years apart. And she's doing fine. She's typical teenager. So it didn't harm her putting her on my lap and talking about our day, reading stories with her, whatever I did. I don't even remember because it was a long time ago, but I never harmed her in any way, shape, or form. She was well fed. She grew up into a beautiful young lady. I was not one of those evil people that used her for views. I didn't even understand what that meant back then, as far as using people for views, because I was trying to help people understand narcissism and break free from narcissists. It just happened that I was babysitting my granddaughter and I had to give her some attention. So I was like, hey, Maddie, come say hi to everybody for grandma, innocent. Innocent. I didn't pose her in weird suggestive poses. I didn't put, outfits on her that were suggested. Was she filmed in a diaper? Probably, because she was a baby. But I wasn't thinking of anybody out there that could take that and use it in a sinister way. I do now. That's why I said I'm going back through all my videos today. There's a bunch of videos I'm taking down. Um, I don't know exactly all of which ones I will decide to remove, but I'm going to be taking some down because of different reasons. There's a lot going on in our world that leaves people open for criticism and targeting of different kinds. And frankly, I don't want to be targeted. I come on here to help people. I don't come on to be harmed myself or to have harm come to anybody I love. So if there's any videos I have on there that anybody could misconstrue or attack me over or whatever, they will be coming down. YouTube is not that big of a part of my life anymore like it was at one point. My job is a much bigger part. My husband, my life, my marriage, my house is a much bigger part of my life. So I don't see any need to have thousands of videos out there for views, for money, for whatever. It doesn't matter. I just don't want harm to come to anybody I love, and including myself. So, yeah, like I said, go and find out where Wren's videos are and report them. Report the mother. Report the videos. Stand with me on that. Protect the children. They don't have voices, and they need our voice to help them out. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Shabbat Shalom. Sorry to bring you such a down subject, but I had to speak out. I had to say something because the more people that do, the more chance that these predators, would be predators, friends of predators, whatever, can get caught and dealt with, hopefully, and get the kids removed before further damage is done, if it isn't already being done. All right. Thanks, Northern Girl. I will do. Thanks. Have a blessed day, everybody. Shalom.